I don't want to be strong like man who look pretty. I want to be strong like bitch that fight bears in the forest.
Welcome to another episode of Bitch vs. Bear with your hosts, Amber.
Me.
And me, Sydney. Woohoo! Co-owners of Shield Maiden Training Co. This is a show where we bitch, laugh, and chat about all things fitness and wellness related to women in the LGBTQIA plus community. We also eat candy corn when...
Not while we're recording.
Not while we're recording, but because it's October, there is a bowl of candy corn for snacking.
It is October. Yes.
It's October, and it's getting closer and closer to that fun Halloween where you get to go trick-or-treating. I wish I was still a kid and could go.
Are we going to the Spooktacular at...
There's a what?
Busch Gardens.
Oh, the Halloween. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was.
Okay. Yep. Yes. We should definitely.
It is currently, not as we record, but as it's coming out, is the 16th.
Yes, we should do that. I think that would be awesome.
That would be so much fun.
We'll give you an update on that once it happens.
Great.
All right. What are we talking about today, Amber?
All right. I muted myself.
We're trying a new thing with our microphones, just kind of hanging out so we don't have to sit on the floor, but
We don't love sitting on the floor. If anyone wants to
donate,
invest in Bitch vs. Bear and get us some microphone arms.
Yeah, we'll take that because I think that would be fun.
It would be fun.
And then Amber won't mute herself mid-conversation.
At least I'm not like taking a drink of water mid-conversation.
That's true.
As you try to introduce me.
Or, eating a piece of candy corn.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay, we're not going to do that.
All right. Today, we're diving into the role of ambition, how that drive to achieve can actually shape better health outcomes. Shocking.
Yeah.
So, ambition. It's that fire inside that pushes us to go after our goals, right? But today, we're focusing on how women and the LGBTQ folks... Didn't feel like enough letters. I'm so used to having so many letters. Okay. Anyways, today we're focusing on how women and LGBTQ folks can specifically harness ambition, both personally and in community, to improve their physical, mental, and overall well-being. Feels like there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, there totally is.
Of course there is.
Of course there is. It wouldn't be Bitch versus Bear if there wasn't a lot to unpack. So we often think about ambition in terms of career and external success, but ambition can also be deeply personal. It can be about setting health and wellness goals that align with like who we are and with what we really value. Like we talk a lot about on the podcast, the kind of fitness spaces that we really value. And so, I think that's part of it. It's like the ambition for us to start Bitch versus Bear and Shield Maiden was from that value of like, okay, we want more inclusive spaces for people to be able to actually work out in.
Love that.
Yeah.
Want that for everybody.
Yeah. We do. And for marginalized groups, especially women, us, and LGBTQ individuals, ambition can often intersect with identity and social structures, adding, all those layers of complexity.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's like a parfait, a very complex parfait.
But parfait sounds delicious.
Parfaits are delicious. Okay, so we're going to break it down.
Okay, let's do it.
We're talking about ambition being both internal, like personal motivation, and shaped by external factors. This is,
Okay.
Yeah. We have
The parfait.
The parfait. The parfait. Like the society we live in, it is just, there's a lot of nuances.
What?
Yeah.
Shocker.
And ambition is one of those things where folks like women in LGBTQ, we face different social barriers when pursuing health and wellness goals, and ambition can really help us in those pursuits.
Yeah, totally. So goal setting is a powerful tool for self-improvement. We've talked about goal setting before, I think.
Yep.
But it's also transformational in addressing both physical and psychological challenges, things like societal discrimination or internalized biases. Ambition here is not just about hitting milestones, it's about fostering resilience. There's that word. We love resilience lately.
Yeah, it's my buzzword.
So we're looking at fostering resilience and building community. Again, another big buzzword for us. It's about how ambition can empower individuals. For women, for example, setting physical goals like improving strength rather than just focusing on appearance. So important. This can be a way of reclaiming bodily autonomy. It's a sad commentary on the parfait that we have to reclaim bodily autonomy, but here we are. It's our form of resistance against societal pressures and a way to dismantle the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Or at least make them mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is also a goal.
Which is also a goal. And ambition for LGBTQ folks can be about counteracting the effects of stigma and dysphoria. Physical goals that align with your body and your gender identity or improve your mental health can be incredibly empowering. I think we note that in like every other episode.
What?
And that's really where ambition becomes a tool for self-expression and well-being. Like if you have the ambition to showcase yourself in a way that you're like, no, this is my authentic self. Yeah. That can be incredibly empowering. But I think
love that.
We sometimes,
and also angers the patriarchy.
It also angers the patriarchy. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's baseline, anger the patriarchy.
Eat the patriarchy. Oh, I'm not wearing the right shirt today.
No, you're not. Bummer.
Damn. Missed opportunity. Always eat the patriarchy. All right, let's get into some specifics. Health and wellness goals can be divided into 3 key categories: physical, mental, and social community-based goals. Each plays a huge role in shaping overall well-being, especially for women and LGBTQ individuals. Our bread and butter, if you will.
I do love bread and butter.
I do too.
Yeah. That could have been another name for the podcast.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Bread and cheese, I think, would have been more appropriate.
That would have been more appropriate, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we digress. Let's start with physical goals. For women, these often involve resisting societal pressures around body image. We just did an episode about body image. Go back and listen. It was great. Fitness becomes a way to challenge restrictive beauty standards and instead focus on personal strength or endurance. For LGBTQ individuals, particularly transgender folks, physical goals can also be about aligning one's body with their gender identity, reclaiming control over how they want to feel and how they present themselves.
Yeah.
Which is so great.
And there are the mental health goals, which I think we touch on a lot of mental health things, but it's also interesting to frame it in the mindset of goals for mental health.
Yeah.
Like there are just like these goals are just as important, if not more so than I would say your physical goals. Like getting your head into a space that you're happy and you're confident and you feel empowered. All of those, fun buzzwords.
Really in the buzzwords today.
We're really in it. LGBTQ communities in particular face higher rates of anxiety, depression, and even suicidality due to societal stressors. Yep. Ambition, in the case that we're describing, can be a tool to foster that resiliency.
Yes.
And what that does is ultimately circles back to being able to build our self-esteem, reduce anxiety, reduce depression, and hopefully have better overall health outcomes.
Yeah. Because we know that mental health affects everything that we do.
Yeah.
You can't work on your physical health if your mental health isn't in a space that allows you to do that.
Exactly.
You can't connect with your community if your mental health isn't in a space to allow you to do that.
And I think like so many people often will be like, I'm unhappy with, you know, my endurance right now, or my how I look and all of these things, and they will try all of these avenues to fix that, but really the heart of that problem is their mental health isn't great. They're not sleeping well.
Yes.
And when those things aren't in a good place, nothing you do physically is going to matter that much. Like sometimes there is that duality of like, okay, if I start working out, then I feel better, so then I start to you know, get in a better headspace. But sometimes it's like, if you recognize you've been kind of falling off the wagon multiple times, it might be like, okay, what else is going on?
Yeah.
And I always go to sleep.
Sleep is so important.
If you're not sleeping well, nothing else matters. No. Your ambition will be in the toilet because sleep is the most important thing.
It really is.
And then ambition and goals and resiliency. Okay, all the things.
All the things. Man, my sleep has been so bad lately. I don't know what's going on, but I am exhausted. And just like, yeah, it's not been good.
Don't worry, I have a new podcast episode, but this is out in November that I think will help, but sorry, you're gonna have to wait.
Is it written? Can I go read it?
It's not written yet. I've been researching. It's one that's like coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll just have to forego the sleep until November.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Sorry. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right. So the third leg of this ambition stool is community, right? Ambition in social and fitness goals, things like joining inclusive gyms or wellness collectives, can create spaces where people feel safe and supported. It's about building networks that help people achieve their goals and help to hold each other accountable. Talk about that accountability a lot too.
Yeah.
Like it's so important to have that network, that team, that tribe, if you will.
Ooh.
Right?
So speaking of support, that really ties into one of the key strategies we want to kind of focus on, or if not focus, at least share, for leveraging ambition. Building those strong support networks, whether you're a woman navigating societal pressures or an LGBTQ individual facing discrimination, surrounding yourself with people who get it, you know, the it is so important. Whatever it is. Like, I think it can be, you know, a multitude of things, but the people who understand that and get it are incredibly important. Mm-hmm. And another strategy that's also incredibly effective is SMART goals. Dun, 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 dun.
Here we go.
I had to bring them back around because I feel like when you're talking about ambition, a lot of times what ends up happening is folks confuse goals and ambitions as the same thing. And they are different, which is we're going to talk a little bit about. But really, goals in this context, SMART goals, if you haven't heard of a SMART goal, I don't know what rock you've been living under. They're all over Pinterest. They're everywhere, right? Like, I remember SMART goals, like when I first started working for Outward Bound, this was like, 15 years ago. And that, like, nobody knew about them. Now they're everywhere. So a SMART goal, if in case you don't remember from, I can't even remember which podcast we put it in, but we've already talked about this, is they are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Okay.
Yeah. So hence SMART. The acronym spells SMART.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our listeners are smart.
How many times
I'm sure they put it together.
How many times can we say SMART?
All right. Smart ass.
Yeah. SMART goals really just help break down your ambitions into smaller, manageable steps. So instead of the generic, I want to get in shape, you have a specific plan. Like, I want to run a 5K in 12 weeks. Like, being able to set really specifics around it, and they're incredibly helpful. Yeah. Such as resilience. SMART goals and resilience go hand in hand.
I love that. It's a good framework. It gives you direction. It gives you measurable milestones to look at and feel successful for. Especially, when life gets hectic, as it does, especially if you are a woman, especially if you are a woman who has a family that you are having to manage and take care of, because let's be real, you're the one that does that. It's easier to stay motivated when you can see your progress, right? Like, even if it's small steps, like, okay, I ran an extra quarter mile today.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Like, I've increased by half a mile this week or whatever. Like, it's those measurable things that I think are the most important part of SMART goals.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why I always loved when I was hiking and it would be like above the tree line, because you can actually see like the progress. Like it can be like, like when you're in the trees, it's kind of hard. That's how I equate a SMART goal. It's like being able to like actually see the progress that you're making.
Get above the trees.
Get above the trees and be like, holy crap, I actually went a really long way. Because sometimes you're just like, you're
just trudging along.
Trudging along in the rain. Like, no purpose.
Struggling to breathe.
Struggling.
Cursing your friend who dragged you into the woods, telling you it was an easy hike.
I had a friend recently who was like, oh man, I love hiking. And then they stopped and went, actually, I used to do a lot of hiking. I've stopped hiking now that I'm married. Maybe I didn't like hiking. Maybe I just liked girls who liked hiking. And I was like, yeah, I get that. I see that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it made me think of you.
I enjoy a gentle hike, which is very different from the hiking you do.
Fair. That's fair.
I need to find new friends that like gentle hikes.
Gentle hikes. That's your dating. Gentle hikes.
I am done with the dating apps. I've had enough.
It's no longer like, do you like pina coladas? It's like, do you like gentle hikes?
Gentle hikes on a nice, cool, sunny day.
And can we go for ice cream afterwards?
Better yet, is there ice cream at the top?
Yeah, right? Soupy.
I'm thinking someone just has like an ice cream shop.
Oh, that would be nice. All right. Let's not forget about mindful ambition.
Oh, what is that?
It is being flexible with your goals and adapting when necessary and avoiding burnout. I think ambition doesn't mean pushing yourself past your limits. It's really about the growth and also the balance. Like, I think so many times, we hear, oh, they're just such a driven person. They're so ambitious. But it also, that flip side comes with, there tends to be a lot of burnout. There tends to be a lot of, not a lot of balance. And so I think that's where mindful ambition comes in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being mindful allows you to be ambitious without sacrificing your mental or physical health, which is so important. Because, like, what are you doing all this for if, like, you can no longer enjoy life?
Yeah.
For women and LGBTQ individuals, this is crucial, especially when you're navigating multiple stressors, as we tend to have to do. Let's also clarify how ambition, dreams, and goals fit together. Ambition is that deep drive to achieve something, while dreams tend to be the bigger, sometimes more abstract visions we have for our lives. Goals, they're the concrete steps we take to get there. The smart path.
Yes,
we take.
The smart path.
A gentle hike, if you will.
Yes, exactly. So really what we're talking about is when ambition and goals are aligned, and then aligning them with our personal identities, whether that's as a woman or LGBTQ folks, we can really become more powerful when we realize that, like, okay, we have these ambitions. Now we have steps to achieving them. So we have that drive, we have the goal, and then we have the steps to achieve the goal, which ultimately makes the ambition a success. And it's like, okay, haha, the trifecta.
Power.
All the power. Yeah, all the power. Exactly. they're not just about achieving something externally. Like that's the thing about this is, again, we always, not always, a lot of us think of ambition as that external factor, but really it's becoming who we want to be, using that ambition to drive us to be the people and person that we want to like showcase to the world and be authentic and be like, no, I'm a badass.
Yeah.
And so ambition isn't just about like that career success or climbing the corporate ladder or, you know, I'm the best mom and, you know, I'm the best wife and I'm also doing all the things in my career. It's about us and how you improve our own well-being, both physically and mentally. Don't forget that mental side of it.
So important.
Yeah, because there's a lot of ambition and a lot of goals out there for physical stuff, but making sure we're balanced.
Yes.
Yeah.
All about balance.
It's all about balance. It's about setting goals that matter to us and finding a community that really helps us reach them.
Love that. Love that. And, you know, it's about recognizing that ambition can be empowering, even revolutionary. Yes. Bring on the revolution. Especially when it's used to challenge the systems and expectations that have been placed on us.
Yeah.
Take down the patriarchy.
We need to have a shirt made.
Take down the patriarchy.
Bitch versus bear. Take down the patriarchy.
Love it.
That would be awesome.
We'll go on Bonfire and make that.
Okay, good. I like it.
That'll be our fall shirt.
There we go.
Hashtag vote.
Oh, but if we don't get it out until November, it could be a whole thing. Okay.
I'm going to go do it now.
Okay. Oh,
It'll be ready.
awesome. Cool. I love it.
All right. I don't know. I lost track. I got sidetracked by the patriarchy.
Somewhere in here. As one does.
As always, feminist rant goes astray. Okay, so we hope you leave today's episode feeling inspired to tap into your ambition in ways that enhance your health and your well-being. You've got the tools, SMART goals, support networks, mindful ambition. Now it's time to make those dreams a reality. Yeah, you can do it. We believe in you.
And Amber that was impressive. I was like, I'm ready. Okay, let's go. Like, that was the best pep talk I've ever gotten.
Great. You write them, I'll say them.
Yeah, that was great. I was like, man, so many taglines in there. I was like, what do I
do? It. Go.
I'm gonna go climb a mountain.
I am not.
That's fine.
I will, however, make t-shirts for you to wear while you climb the mountain.
Perfect. If you can read this, it's because my ambition has met my SMART goal.
Everything is working well in my parfait.
I'm also being mindfully ambitious.
All right. Let's wrap it up. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, and I'm sure you did, because how could you not? If you've made it this far into listening to us,
we should just name this episode all the buzzwords you've ever heard. I put them all in one episode.
Okay, go do the things. You know what to do. Subscribe, rate, leave a review.
Share with your friends.
Share with your friends. Share with your enemies. Share with strangers. I don't know.
Yeah, if you got somebody you really want to piss off, be like,
send them our podcast.
Send them our podcast. Like, listen to these crazy ladies. Especially if it's like, yeah, some dude who's like climbing the corporate ladder. We're really going to piss him off.
Oh, yeah. Love it. Send it to him.
Yeah. But if you're a cool dude and you
still listen to us,
you know the vibes, share with your friends.
And to all the dudes that have apparently been listening in the last month,
thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
Okay, yeah. Do all the things. Keep listening. We love you. And that's a wrap. So remember, whether you're lifting weights or lifting each other up, let's keep breaking those barriers, building strength, and embracing our rainbow of resilience. Until next time, bitches and bears, stay fierce and stay fabulous.